And a very happy new year to you all as well, as we start a new term and a new year, January 2022, and that means we need a new theme, don't we? And I've got to say, children, some of you last term were absolutely fantastic. Everywhere I went, everybody I saw, Mrs. Williams, they were talking about the keys to success, and we need to not forget that. We need to keep that still in our minds. The keys to success: hard work, determination. But just because we're not thinking about that theme at the moment doesn't mean we need to forget it, but we do also need to move on to our new theme. New term, new theme. And here's our new theme. Are you ready? Be the change you wish to see in the world. Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. And then a quote from the Bible that supports that theme for this term: be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So across this term we're going to be thinking about that. What's wrong in the world? Well, quite often what's wrong in the world are the things that people do, the way people behave, the actions that people take. And if we want the world to be a better place, then actually we need people to behave differently. We need people to react differently, to speak to each other differently. If we want the world to be a better place, we need people to behave better in it. And actually that starts with us. That starts with me. It starts with you. It starts with each of us being the change that we want to see in the world. So if we want the world to be kinder, then we need to be kinder. It starts with us. If we want the world to be less aggressive, then we need to be less aggressive. It starts with us. And it starts with you deciding what your dreams for this world are, what you want your dreams to be. And they will come true. But it's about you having the courage to pursue them. You being the person that makes the difference. Not following others, not doing what other people say, but having the courage to be yourself, to follow your dreams, and to make this world a better place. But more about that in a moment, because first of all, like we always do, we're going to think about our composer in the spotlight. And before we move on to our new composer, I'm just going to challenge you with some questions. Here we go, we just move the slides on. Can you still, so here are the challenges, can you still think about the composer that we studied last term? Now I'm going to give you the answers today, but next week when it's assembly, I won't be giving you all of the answers. You need to be filling in some of these gaps. But just for today, I'm going to say the answers. You really try and recall them. Put them in your memory. And then next week, who knows which answers I'll give you, which ones I won't. But see if you can fill the gaps. So what was the name of the composer we studied last half term? Wolfgang, Amadeus, Mozart, and so on. When was he born? He was born in 1756. You got that? 1756. When did he die? 1791. He died in 1791. What was the period of music called? Well, his period of music was called the classical period. Who taught him to read and play music? That was his father, wasn't it? What instrument could he play by the age of 3? That was the harpsichord. And can you name one of his pieces of music? So let's think of the ones we know. Marriage of Figaro, Eine kleine Nachtmusik, Piano Concerto, Horn Concerto, Exultate Jubilate, and one more, the Clarinet Concerto. I had to look at my notes then. So those 6 pieces of music we listened to. So next week I might not tell you all the answers. Let's see if you can recall the answers next week. Okay, but just for this week, I helped you along with that. Can you still? When was he born? 1756, 1791. The classical period, his father, harpsichord, and then those 6 pieces of music there that we can recall. Okay, but who are we going to be studying this term? This term we are going to be studying and listening to the work of Chopin. Chopin was a Polish-French composer and pianist. He played the piano. He was born in 1810 and died in 1849. Gosh, that doesn't make him very old, does it, when he died? He is considered one of the greatest romantic piano composers. Chopin was born in Zelazowa Wola, a village in the Duchy of Warsaw, which is in Poland. And the music we're going to listen to this week is Ballad number 3 in A flat major. So I'm just going to leave this slide up for you to be looking at, and we're just going to spend 2 or 3 minutes listening to this Ballad number 3 in A flat major, and then we'll think a little bit more about our theme: be the change that you want to see in the world and following your dreams to achieve your ambitions. But let's listen to Chopin first. Okay, so that was music by Chopin, and we're going to be listening to quite a lot of his music across the term, and obviously I need you to start thinking about the titles of the music and how it makes you feel and how you're going to remember it, and some facts about him as well. But let's now start thinking about our new theme for this term. Be the change you wish to see in the world. your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. So let's just think what that's going to mean, what that means for us. And I want you to think about perhaps some films that some of you might have watched over the Christmas holidays. Do any of you watch a superhero film? Do any of you watch Spider-Man or Superman or Batman or The Incredible Hulk? Quite a lot of films like that on over the holidays. Some of the Marvel superhero films are on. Do any of you watch them? Well, I want you to think about the characters in those films. And quite often, those characters are divided into what you might call two kinds of character. The goodies and the baddies. And obviously the goodies do helpful, courageous, kind, good things in the world. And the baddies do things that make the world not a very nice place. They're aggressive, or they're unkind, or they wish to change the world for the worst. They wish to bring things into the world that aren't very nice, that could damage the world, that could damage relationships. But quite often the characters are polarised. They're on opposite sides. So they are called goodies, or they are called baddies. And that's okay for a film, but actually what I want you to think about is that real? Are we actually one or the other? Because if we were, what would you say you were? Would you say you are a goodie? Or would you say you were a baddie? Hopefully you would all say you're a goodie. But actually, I want you to think a little bit differently. I don't think that there are two types of people in the world. I think there are people that sometimes choose to do good things and sometimes choose to do bad things, but it's the same person. It's what that person decides to do, what choices that person makes. So if that person makes the choice, decides to do good things, then that's brilliant. But similarly, if that person chooses or decides to do not good things, then that's not so good. But it doesn't make them a goodie or a baddie. It just means that at certain times we make different choices. And here's the thing, that choice every second of every day is up to you. The choice sits with you. It's not up to somebody else to decide whether at any one particular time you are going to decide to do the right thing or you are going to decide to do the wrong thing. It's about you and it's about your choices. You're not a goodie or a baddie, you're a person, and you're a person that can make choices. And what I want us to think about this term is, are we making heroic choices? Are we making courageous choices? Are we making the right choices? Because actually, just imagine a world where everybody made the decision to do the right thing. You don't have to have goodies and baddies in the world. Why can't we just have everybody, goodies? Everybody doing the right thing. Everybody being strong, being courageous, being determined, and pursuing their dreams and making the world a better place instead of making the world a not so good place. Because like I said, that choice sits within you. We all have the choice to be the superhero. We don't have to be the villain. It doesn't have to be the opposite side. You can do it, but you've got to decide to do it. You've got to decide within yourself, I'm going to smile today, I'm going to be happy today, I'm going to choose to make somebody's world better today. Because if we all decide to do that, if every single person decided to do that, then actually the unkindness in the world would simply disappear because nobody would be doing it. There's a sign on our door, isn't there? If we hold the door open for one person, then actually the door is held open for everyone. Because if everybody holds the door for the person that's coming through it, If everybody does that, then actually the door is always going to be held open for you, because everybody will be holding the door open. And before we were in bubbles and before we had one-way systems around school, everywhere I went, every door I went to, somebody held the door open for me. Now let's start doing that again. Let's start holding the doors open for people. Let's start saying kind things. Let's start doing nice things. Because if you want it done to you, then you be the person who does it for others. You be that change. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Not goodies and baddies, not polarisation, not opposites, choices. Doing the right thing. And if all of us do that, what a wonderful world, the place the world will be. And your dreams can come true. You can do this. You've just got to be courageous. You've just got to not follow those people that are doing things that you don't like. If you don't like it, then you don't do it. And if you do like it, then do more of it. Make a choice today. Decide, are you going to be the best, kindest, most reasonable, most determined, most courageous person that you can be? Because it's a choice. It's not something that somebody makes you do. It's not somebody's pulling your strings. You're not puppets. You are individuals and you can do it. So, your choice this week, choose to make the world a better place. Not just for you, but for everybody. And let's see if you can be that change, so that St. Peter's is the kindest, most caring, most determined school that you could possibly go to. I believe it already is, but let's demonstrate it. Let's show it. Let's not copy the baddies, because actually they're not the heroes. Let's be the heroes in our school. Hands together, eyes closed. Let's say our prayer. Dear God, it's important for us to remember that we have the capacity to be good and bad. May we celebrate the good in all of us, and may we not judge too harshly when people do us wrong. May we be reminded to say sorry when we know we've done something wrong for others. Amen. So we're not cartoons. We're not cartoon superheroes, cartoon goodies, cartoon baddies. We're people. We're human beings with a mind and a choice. So let's make the choice to be heroes. Listen to the song that's coming up. You might know it, you might not. The words are going to be on the screen, but it's saying we can be heroes. We just have to choose to be one. Have a fantastic week. And of course, if I see you around school, of course you're welcome to say our old theme. Of course you're welcome to say what the keys to success are: hard work and determination. But let's see if we can start now saying the new theme. It'll take us a while. It always does. But by the end of the week, I'm hoping to hear lots of you saying, Mrs. Williams, be the change you wish to see in the world. Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them, to follow them. Be the change you wish to see in the world. That's the important bit. You be the kind of person that you want this world to reflect back at you. You put into the world what you hope to get back. Have a fantastic week, and of course always remember to learn, sparkle and shine. Have a great, great week.
inside in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run.